Okay, so our last video for this class really is going to be an overview of metabolism. So overview of this entire chapter, just real quick. So in metabolism, we have both catabolic and anabolic pathways. So catabolic, if we remember, degrades large molecules to provide ATP. Anabolic pathways synthesize molecules using ATP. So uh, branch points determine which compounds are degraded into acetyl-CoA to meet energy needs and converted to glycogen for storage. So wherever in this process here, wherever it branches is kind of when the body decides what it needs, it will convert it to whatever it needs. Excess glucose. So if we have excess glucose, that turns into acetyl-CoA, right? And then that acetyl-CoA can then be transformed into fats. And so that's how we get fat in our body, is by having excess glucose around, excess acetyl-CoA. Fatty acids and amino acids are used when our carbohydrates are not available in our body, forms ketosis, makes ketosis form in our body, or the process of ketosis begins in our body. And then some amino acids are produced by transamination. Okay. So overview of metabolism, here's a picture here. Stage 1, remember, is our digestion, where we go from big proteins to their smaller parts, their amino acids, polysaccharides to monosaccharides, or lipids to glycerols or fatty acids. Stage number 2 is degradation. So we're making those bigger molecules into smaller ones. This is mainly glycolysis is the main thing that we talked about in this stage. So glucose to pyruvate is glycolysis. And then moving down, we have our last stage, which is oxidation. So this is where we make acetyl-CoA, it goes into the citric acid cycle, or in the case of some of the amino acids, it goes straight into the citric acid cycle. In that, we make lots of ATP. We produce carbon dioxide. That's what we breathe out. The product of metabolism is carbon dioxide in terms of where the carbons go. We produce a lot of NADH and a lot of FADH2, which undergoes the electron transport and oxidative phosphorylation cycles, which again forms lots and lots of ATP. And then the last parts over here is that ammonia, we'd have that urea cycle. So as a little bit of a reminder too, or just an explanation over here, the different colors of the arrows represent the different types of processes. So anabolic or catabolic. So primarily building molecules up, those blue arrows, is that anabolic pathways. Catabolic is now breaking down to form ATP. So this is a overall just kind of flow chart to show you all of the different parts that might be helpful in your notes to remember what makes what.